Hello, this is Mike Jacko with Minria with another Flip It Friday video for you. And today I wanted to talk about an issue when it comes to buying properties that are in foreclosure. And this is an issue that's been coming up quite a bit again lately. And that's where it makes sense to find someone that's in pre-foreclosure or behind on payments and then buy their property and then sell it back to them. Well, first of all, that does not make good business sense, because if you're going to sell it back to someone who couldn't make the payments in the first place, what makes you think they're going to make the payments now to you, especially when more than likely you're going to be raising their payments or raising the purchase price, or you're going to do something so you can make a profit on the deal. Okay, well, several years ago, this issue came up in Minnesota, and because of equity stripping, they instituted a new law in Minnesota. It's called the 325N foreclosure reconveyance law, which basically says we can't do that. So if somebody's in default and in foreclosure and it's their personal residence, if we buy the property from them and then sell it back on a contract for deed or on a lease with the option or something like that, if we do that more than one time in a 24-month period, we face fines and or potential prison time for violating that law, and that's by buying a property from somebody and selling it back. So that's something we want to keep away from. Don't do it. Even if you're like in a state that doesn't have that law, it still doesn't not make any sense from a business standpoint. So I would just avoid those scenarios. Buy the properties from people in foreclosure, just don't sell it back to them. You could even move them into another property that you would own, or that you help them to find and get into. Just don't put them back into that same property, so you don't have to worry about them screaming, I was taken advantage of because of equity stripping. So avoid those situations. And now this is one of those things we'll be talking about even next week at the Minria meeting for the November meeting, where we're talking about the foreclosure process for Minnesota. So have a great weekend, safe trick-or-treating, and we'll see everybody next Tuesday.